Good evening, everyone. This is the Tech Adept, Jaeger Bishop here. And a little something different today. I wanted to talk about the topic of debate and proper debate, should I say. Now, and of course, we're just going to, just shut off the music here. There, let's do it.
All fleets awaiting orders, sir.
Anyway, so debate and how to properly debate. Well, when it comes to debating someone on a topic, especially when you're passionate about on any platform, one thing you should always keep in mind. Yes, you can argue, you can have all the facts, you can have all the data, you can have everything on your side, but if you start doing something like, say, cussing up a storm or, personally attacking your opponent, no real debate is going to be had there. It's just basically schoolyard, back and forth at that point. That's really all it is. And why I say that is because you remember when you were like in school, you would get into an argument with the other kids and I don't know, something stupid, maybe over I don't know, for me it was like Pokemon cards and stuff like that back when I was a kid, so I'm not sure what it is these days, but in any case. And then
Everyone can over here. I've engaged the enemy.
And then, of course, it would devolve into name-calling, insults, that sort of thing. Probably a fight would break out. And that would be pretty much all that would happen is the two of you would get thrown into detention or something like that. I am the kind of person, and the kind of person I model my sort of debating tactics after. Like, the kind of person I would debate mano-a-mano, like one-on-one, is someone like Dr. Jordan Peterson. And please do check him out. He is here on YouTube. Please do check out his channel. I don't necessarily agree with everything he has to say, but that's where I would debate him. So, in any case, now, why do I say someone like Dr. Jordan Peterson? Well, because he is actually a very well-spoken, well-read person. I would actually consider him a very rational human being for the most part. He might have some older views that don't exactly line up with the way the world works these days, but for the most part, I would wholeheartedly have a beer with the guy. I'll put it that way. Now, on to the actual topic of debate. What constitutes a professional debate? Well, usually both sides stick to the facts, what they can prove. never never lowering themselves to something like personal attacks or, sophistry, lies, that sort of thing. See, it's supposed to be the battle of ideas, not, you versus Joe Blow over there.
Feel the force.
And if you, at any point, forget that, it's best just to step away from the debate. Because you're not doing your side any favors by not simply arguing the facts and what can be proven, or by devolving into what could best be described as grade school playground name calling. Wow, I actually did that. Even as much as, say your insults towards them might even be on the mark.
Although I'm leaving,
okay,
the force will be with you, always.
So I'm just gonna pop back there with a shotgun and... Okay. Anyway. So... as I was saying before I was really interrupted... what you're basically striving for is a standard. Okay? And it's not so much a standard just so you can feel good about yourself. It's just so everyone else who also sees the debate, comes across it, say it's on YouTube or a comment section in a video or a post on Facebook, something. Say it's something like that. If they see that you are not being emotionally charged the whole time and just sticking with the facts and reason, then most likely what's going to happen, obviously there's going to be exceptions because some people have preconceived notions on certain topics, on many topics. I try to help him. Anyway. Something like that. People like that, you're never going to convince, okay? Say, for example... Really? Say, for example... some of these people that still believe that gay marriage and all that is just evil or whatever. That it's immoral, it's wrong, it's sinful. You know the type. That argue based off of just principles based on their own personal beliefs. Not, scientific fact or anything like that. Or the people who argue things like this, like video games, are inherently somehow going to lead to mass shootings and stuff like that. I play some of the bloodiest games on Earth, and honestly, even ask my friends. I am one of the most chill people you'll ever meet. outside.
Energy boost bonus activated.
Select a bonus for this battle. Enhanced blaster bonus activated.
But some people will still believe that, regardless of the facts, they'll still believe that
Synergy droids have been deployed by the enemy. Our troops
video
have been
games
focused
cause
on
violence or sexism or insert buzzword here. Those kind of people, you'll never convince. Don't even bother. But what you're trying to do is not convince them. You're trying to convince the fence sitters. You know, the people that are basically neutral to the whole idea. And then they come across the video or post or whatever. The neutral, rational-minded people will much sooner be convinced by an equally rational voice.
Take out that super! The enemy has taken a command post. Our reinforcements are being depleted.
Say in, I don't know, ow, that hurts. Say in the case of, I don't know, maybe a debate over this sort of thing. Over violence in video games causing violence in the real world. What my tactic would be to simply stick to the facts.
That's another command post under Republic control. I'll fix that turret up right.
I would stick to the facts of the fact that gun violence has actually gone down. Granted, I'm not sure if violence by other tools has gone down, but, you know, gun violence. Anyway, I would stick to the facts of how gun violence has gone down. I would stick to what I can prove. And above all else, keep my emotions in check. Never resort to personally attacking my opponent. Never, using lies or sophistry or hyperbole.
Hostile reinforcements are being depleted.
Well, maybe there can be some hyperbole, but just don't overdo it. Because for some reason, a lot of people only understand extreme case examples these days. I'm not sure why, but it seems that you pretty much have to hit someone over the head with the information in order to get your point across.
Hostiles have gained a command post. The enemy has taken a command post. The Republic can't spare any more reinforcements. That's another command post under Republic control.
I suppose it's like Wizard of Oz would say, that if you can keep your
Command post under attack.
cool while your opponent loses theirs, you've practically already won. Because your goal is not to convince is not necessarily to convince the person that you're actually arguing with. Because in many cases, you won't. In many cases, the person is going to be pretty stuck in their ways and convinced of you being in the wrong. However, what your goal is to convince the people that come across the debate, the onlookers, the fence sitters, the neutrally aligned people, of your validity. And how you do that is by staying calm and rational the entire time. I'll admit, it takes a lot of practice, especially if you start arguing with belligerent people. The type that really don't actually care if they are arguing professionally with you. They're only interested in trying to get their point across one way or another. But in this world, it doesn't matter if you get your point across one way or another. It's how you get it across. Say, for example, if someone, say a cashier, shorted you a few cents on, or I should say, shorted you a couple of dollars on your change that they were supposed to give you back, you wouldn't start automatically, at least I would hope you wouldn't, start automatically start yelling at them or trying to pull them over the counter. No. I would think that you would rationally, calmly approach them with the receipt in hand and the money that they gave you and calmly explain, excuse me, I think you're short a bit on the amount of change that you were supposed to give me. Because it says right here, I'm supposed to get this amount, and you only gave me this. And most likely, with the evidence in hand, they will acquiesce and give you your change. And the people around you, well, they might be a little annoyed that there's a delay. They'll understand that, yes, you're in the right. And that you express this the right way. Yes.
Please on standby. Select your unit to trip. Select a bonus to purchase. Advanced blaster bonus. All fleet on standby.
Now, I understand that a lot of people might not be entirely, how shall I say, some people might not be entirely convinced of this idea that professionalism matters, but if you want to get anywhere in life, trust me, it does. And that is really all I have to say on that matter. So, in summary, be polite, be professional, and argue only what you can prove. Have a good day.